My question is to the Minister for Trade, Tourism and Investment. Will the Minister please update the House on how the Morrison government is pursuing new opportunities for trade and economic growth to build a stronger Australia in 2021?
The Minister for Trade, Tourism and Investment.
Thanks, Mr Speaker, and can I thank the member for Wentworth for his question, and can I acknowledge the outstanding contribution he made to relations between Australia and Israel. And it's one of the things that this government would like to see more of, is a deepening of the economic relationship between Israel and Australia. Mr Speaker, the approach that this government is going to take to trade policy going forward is going to be a proactive one. It's going to be a principled one, and where we need to, we're going to be patient. And the reason why we're going to be proactive when it comes to trade policy is because jobs are dependent on it. Jobs right across this nation are dependent on it. And we want to make sure that we are focusing on Australian jobs. In the lead-up to this year and in the lead-up to next year, that will be our focus. Jobs, jobs, jobs and more jobs. And we're doing this because 1 in 5 jobs are dependent on trade, and in regional and rural areas it's 1 in 4 jobs. So we want to make sure that we're continuing to back Australian communities by expanding the amount of trade agreements that we have. Already we've got an outstanding track record when it comes to trade agreements. We've put in place 8 FTAs since we've come to office, but we want to make sure that we're going to do more, and that's why we're in negotiations currently with the United Kingdom and with the European Union. And what those FTAs will do is they will open up opportunities for Australian exporters to 550 million additional consumers. 550 million additional consumers. Our exporters will get preferential access to those markets. So that'll help our farmers, it'll help those in the resource sector, it'll help those in the services sector be able to create more opportunities, and with those opportunities will come jobs. There are other opportunities for us also. What we've seen because of COVID-19, for instance, is that APEC has had to go into virtual meetings. But we will be working with New Zealand to see what we can do towards the end of this year to make sure that we can get meetings taking place again within APEC, because we know that will bring countries from across the Asia-Pacific together to be able to create extra opportunities for our exporters. On this Friday, I'll be having my first bilateral meeting with New Zealand, where we'll be discussing how we can work together to enhance the New Zealand-Australian trade relationship, another key partner when it comes to trade liberalisation, when it comes to investment. And then, of course, there is the World Trade Organisation. Everyone across the globe wants to see the World Trade Organisation operating as it used to 20 to 30 years ago as a key driver of trade and liberalisation, because that will create jobs as well.